back to the channel with me, Poison Smurf, and in a Division 2 video. If you're the kind of person that wants to stay up to date with all the latest news, reviews, tips and tricks, build guides, that kind of thing, and you haven't done so already, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified when we drop new content. If you enjoyed today's video or find it helpful in any way, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can always give it a thumbs down, guys. If you've got any questions or anything, drop them in the comments below. We will try and get back to everybody. Now all that's out the way, let's get into today's video. Okay, thank you guys. Come on, let's settle it down a bit. Okay, so who's got the first question? Gentleman at the front.
The poison, the DZ, conflict, everyone's using the bleed build. What should we do?
Well, you know what they say, if you can't beat them, may as well join them. So, lady at the front.
But how are we going to beat them? Not everyone's got a Ridgeway's chest, you know.
Like I've said, don't worry guys, I got you. They want to play with a bleed, we're going to give them the biggest bleed that they've ever had. Probably one of the strongest ones in the game. And don't worry, you're not going to need a Ridgeway's pride. So how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to start off with the specialisation. Of course, we're going technician. And why are we doing this? We got 15% bonus armour while staying in the skill. We've also got 10% extra skill damage. On top of that, armour kits also apply to all friendly skills within 10 meters. We've got 12% damage to drones, skills and proxies, making robotics and dogs just a walk in the park. We've got an extra skill tier. We've got an EMP grenade to take down electronics, stuff like that. As far as weapons are concerned, I'm not going to tell anybody what they should and shouldn't be using, but me personally, I like to rock the MP5. As you can see with this one, we got 15% SMG damage, maxed out 21% crit hit chance, 6% damage to armour with the talent close and personal. Killing a target within 7 meters gives us 30% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Now in a perfect world you'd probably want to change this for Sadist, but personally I just love how this hits. As far as the secondary is concerned, I like to run with my custom P416. The reason for that is obviously with the future perfect talent, if we can get any easy kills we can bump that skill tier right up, making our skills hit a tiny bit harder. But as far as our pistol is concerned, then it's got to be the TDI card custom 45. Reason for this, well, very simple. Not only have we got that extra skill tier, 12.8% pistol damage, but we've got the talent perpetuation. Headshots grant 50% status effect damage and duration to the next status effect that you apply. Now as we're running a bleed status, to get the extra 50% status effects, damage and duration, it's just the go-to, guys. Moving on to your gear, we're going to be going with a 4-piece ongoing directive. Why? Because the 2-piece bonus, we're getting 15% status effects, the 3-piece bonus, 30% reload speed, but mainly for the 4-piece bonus. Rules of engagement. Killing a status affected enemy grants hollow point ammo for your active weapon. Hollow point ammo amplifies weapon damage by 20% and bleeds enemies on hit. Now that is fantastic. Bearing in mind we're rolling straight into statuses, this is going to do its job. As you can see with this one, we've rolled one skill tier, 8.7% status effects and a 12% skill haste mod. So moving on down to the chest, we've gone with our first piece of rhythmware. For the 1-piece bonus, 10% skill damage. We've got core attributes of 1 skill tier, maxed out 10% skill damage, 11.6 skill haste, with a 12% skill haste mod with the talent glass cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 25%, all damage you take is amplified by 50%. Well, we're going to be trying to stay in at distance and keeping that incoming damage down whilst our outgoing damage still high. Moving down, we've got the second piece of ongoing directive, the holster. With this one we've rolled the core attributes, maxed out armour and 9.7% status effects. Now it's really important that we roll into status effects, meaning encouraging that tick damage on the bleed. So moving across to the knees, we've got 1 piece of golden gear. As you can see from the 1-piece bonus, we've got 10% status effects with the core attribute at maxed out armour, 10% skill damage and 10% status effects. Now just remember guys, that skill damage, that will be the initial damage caused by the blast of Seeker Mine, whereas the status effects, that will be actually increasing the tick damage with the bleed. So moving up to the gloves, we've got our third piece of ongoing directive. These ones are rolled out with maximum weapon damage and 10% status effects. And then finally moving up to the bag where we got our last piece of ongoing directive, giving us the 4-piece. Now with this one we've got maxed out weapon damage, 10% status effects, and another 12% skill haste mod. But this one, because it's the named bag for ongoing directive, we also get the talent Trauma Specialist. Increases the duration of your bleed status effects by 50% and all bleed damage done by 100%. Now if you start adding that with the bonus we're getting from perpetuation on the pistol, that is going to be giving us 50% extra duration plus 50% from the trauma specialist. That's 100% longer duration, guys. And we've got an increased 50% damage from the pistol with an additional 100% damage from the bag. So that's 100% extra bleed duration we're getting, guys, and 150% extra damage. Plus on top of that, the 25% amplified damage we're getting from glass cannon. You can see how this very quickly stacks up. So moving down to the skills, as you can see we're running the Stinger Hive. Refill speed is only 4.6 seconds per charge, holding 11 charges. The duration 216 seconds. Damage 654k from the initial sting. Bleed damage on NPCs for, like, obviously playing PvE, you're looking at 96k a tick for 15.6 seconds. Right, you'll be one-shotting things, guys, and they're literally going to bleed out. As far as the PvP damage is concerned, we make sure that we have our pistol equipped when we're trying to deploy them. That way, giving us the extra skill tier, giving us a skill tier 4. And then our Seeker Mine will be looking at 21.2% cooldown, initial blast damage of 2.3 million, PvE damage to NPCs, you're looking at 98k, bleed damage 15.6 seconds, and then for PvP, look at these numbers, guys, 413k damage from the initial blast with 24.4k damage per tick on the bleed. Now I don't care, unless you've got a lot of medkits, you're going to be bleeding out real quick. You can run, you can hide, but you're probably not going to get away. Quickly looking at the overlay, as you can see we're running 2 yellows, 2 blues, 2 reds, 2 reds so we're still doing a little bit of damage, 2 blues so we've got a little bit of protection at 1.1 million armor, and the 2 yellows combined with the tactician and the pistol allowing us to deploy skills at a tier 4. If you don't have them pieces or you want to keep it a little bit more distance, we can simply swap it up, starting at the top with the specialization. This time we're going to change it to the demolitionist to get the increased percent explosive damage. Is multiplicative. We're going to lose our ongoing directive gloves and we're going to swap them out for a set of China Light gloves. Why? Because the 1-piece bonus 15% explosion damage. This one is rolled with a skill tier, 10% status effects and 8.6 skill damage. And as far as the 4th piece of ongoing directive, we're actually going to equip the chest this time. As you can see with this one, we've rolled 15% weapon damage, 10% status effects, with a 12% skill haste mod. Why have we elected to go with the ongoing chest? Well, simple, for the talent. Parabellum rounds. Increases hollow point ammo weapon damage application to 35%. That's right, guys, whenever we hit somebody with hollow point ammo, which we're going to get every time we kill somebody with one of our skills, we're going to be getting an additional 35% amplified damage, which is absolutely crazy. So we'll quickly take a look at the stats on the skills on this one. Like I say, because we've changed to the demolitionist class now, we're going to be running the mortar turret. As you can see, we've only got a 12.8 second cooldown. Damage is up at 1.8 million for the initial blast. Bleed damage, we're looking at about the same, 96k for NPCs. Bleed duration for PvP, as we can see, is 16.3 seconds this time. The PvP damage from the initial blast, we're looking at 454k. And again, with a bleed damage tick of 24k a second. Moving across to the Seeker, as you can see, 22.8 second cooldown. Damage is 2.3 million for the initial bang. Blast radius 4.6 meters. Again, bleed damage on NPCs 94.4k a second. Bleed duration is a bit higher this time, 16.3 seconds. And again, the PvP damage is an insane 412.5k for the initial blast with a bleed tick of 23.6k. Which, guys, honestly, until you see this in action, you really won't believe how bad it really does hit. There you have it, guys. Go have fun. Go give them a run for their money. And any final questions?
Okay, but will it work?
Will it work, you ask? Boys, hit the tape.
agent killed. Rogue agent neutralized nearby. System restored. Nearby agent has become rogue. Nearby. Rogue protocol initiated. Rogue striker drone detected.
We're going in 15 seconds.
Rogue stinger hive detected. Enemy patrol detected. Rogue agent neutralized. Nearby rogue agent killed. Agent down.
So that's going to do it for today, guys. As always, a big thank you to everybody that made it to the end. That's the best way you really can support the channel. If you did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit a thumbs down. Any questions, comments, drop them in the box below. We'll try and get back to everybody. But until then, guys, stay safe, and most importantly, keep on grinding.